Welcome to the Beer Search Party. This is Sean Inman with you. For the month of March, I'll be reviewing 3 beers from my home state of Oregon, and beers that are probably a little more specifically right in Portland, Oregon. And our first stop is Burnside Brewing, which is on the east side of the Willamette River on Burnside Avenue. And they now bottle this beer, their India Pale Ale. They also do an oatmeal pale ale and a stock ale. Now, I saw this beer first, and then I saw bottles of the other two, and I was like, oh, I should have bought the oatmeal pale or the stock ale, because I already have so many IPAs, but I already had this one in my bucket, and I only have so much room to bring back beers from Portland, so it becomes one of those gnawing regrets that you have where you're like, oh, I wish I could take all 3. That would be the best. They also have a new beer out called Neptune's Wrath that has oyster juice or oyster nectar or whatever that sort of briny concoction is, along with lemons and quite a few other things, which sounds really interesting. But that'll be in a bigger format, 750 caged and corked. But enough about all the other beers that they have bottled. Previously I've had their Sweet Heat beer, which is made with peppers. It was one of the better ones that I've had of that style. I don't have such a Scoville tolerance, but that Sweet Heat beer that they made was actually quite good. So now let's get on with the IPA. As you can see, it's very clear, light orange, almost to the point of yellowish. Now the aroma is what I would consider probably more in the medium realm. It's a piney floral. As I've mentioned in many of these reviews, and you're probably sick and bored to death of, I prefer that citric sort of style, or the grapey sauvignon, Nelson. But this one, the aroma doesn't overpower you. It lets you know what you're drinking, but it doesn't reach out and grab you. Let's take another sip here and let that first sip that I took settle in. There's a pretty nice wallop of hops right there at the beginning, and they're big ones. It's pine, it's tree, it's just a good solid hit of that bitterness. But then that's quickly followed by a lot of grain taste, almost to a point of lagerish to a certain extent. I mean, it's got a very... It comes across first as IPA, and then boom, it comes down to almost this weird sort of lagerish sort of taste, almost a little bit of that tin taste that you get with some pilsners almost. Interesting combination. I think I prefer India Pale Ales to be a little bigger without so much of that lighter on the back end. But I do appreciate it, even though this one comes in at about 6.6% ABV. It's interesting now, and I am looking forward to trying the oatmeal pale, which seems to be a hip new style. Fort George also has an oatmeal pale ale. Maybe that's the new trending beer. And Burnside has also done a Grotzer, which is a smoked wheat beer, which I've also started to see more of. So maybe we should all just watch more of what Burnside's doing and follow that, because they seem to be on the forefront of some of these trends that I see emerging. So there you go. Not as much about the IPA from Burnside, but a lot about some of that other stuff. I would give this a solid B- in that sort of realm. It's a nice IPA with sort of that half tug of the lager at the back end. So if that's the type of IPA that you're looking for, Burnside's IPA is the one for you. Thanks for watching. This is Sean with the Beer Search Party. You can get more of my reviews, views, brewery tours via the interwebs at www.beersearchparty.com. Thanks for watching.